The important thing now is to properly dispose of the oil. So if you have this amount, the best thing to do is probably go find a local pond or stream and put it in there. If you're living in the city and you don't have access to a creek or, you know, a nice clear running water stream, maybe just put it down the storm drain. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Circus Moto. I'm pretty excited today. I'm heading out to the farm right now. I'm going to, well, not just me, Eric and I are going to put some finishing touches on our motorcycle lift that we've been building. You know, this thing shouldn't have taken as long as it's taken. It's just because we're kind of just dicking around, building a little bit here and there. We haven't been working super hard on it or anything, you know, just, you know, an hour here and there. And it's coming together nicely. I think today we'll be done with pretty much everything except for painting it. It's just hotter than balls right now, so we probably won't paint it today. I think we're going to get it functionable. We both have oil changes that we need to do on our bikes. And it's Labor Day weekend, so we want to do a little riding. We're both at the limit. We both need oil changes, so we're gonna get it where we can get the bikes up off the ground, do some oil changes, and get ready for the long weekend of riding. I'm pretty stoked on it. I think the whole thing came out really cool. You know, is it perfect? Probably not, but for something that we were just kind of dreaming up in our heads and tinkering with, you know, no real design that we went off of. You know, nobody designed this, nobody gave us drawings. We basically looked up pictures of other builds and cherry picked things we liked about them, and kind of just did our own thing in a few spots. It's gonna work great. We've been dicking around with it. You know, we've lifted up 4 people with it, you know, just the frame of it, and it seems like it's gonna be pretty sturdy. And I have no reservation about throwing my bike on it and getting to work. Oh wow, they opened the... I'm going this way now anyway. Usually I would go straight here, but the road's been closed. Looks like they just opened it back up. It's been over a week since I've recorded anything for my vlog. I've been having so many issues with my cameras and whatnot. This little Akaso camera, it's kind of a piece of shit. It has a mind of its own. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully I'm getting some footage right now. The GoPro that I have strapped to my face, you know, it's a pretty good camera. I bought a refurbished GoPro Hero. I think this is the silver, whichever one doesn't have a screen. I think silver doesn't have a screen and black does, but I can have those backwards. Anyway, I bought this battery eliminator setup and I hooked it up on the bike down there, and it was working pretty good for a while. But now for some reason, if the battery doesn't have some charge in it, the battery eliminator doesn't want to run the camera, which is weird because the battery eliminator is supposed to work even if you don't have a battery in your camera. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. I need to purchase some extra just regular GoPro batteries and carry a couple spare batteries around with me just in case shit like that happens. I'm also gonna change out this battery pack down here. I I don't think I necessarily need all that shit down there. I bought a good power bank, you know, auxiliary battery pack on Amazon today. Should be here tomorrow. I think what I'm going to switch to is probably just keeping that in my vest here, you know, either on the inside or one of these breast pockets or whatever, and just running this wire down to it instead of to the bike itself. I've noticed sometimes I forget this thing's on and I go to move or get off the bike and it starts yanking, which is, you know, probably not good for it. And you know, that battery is like a freebie thing we got from work. They're kind of a Chinese piece of shit cheapo thing. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get a good battery pack to run the camera, and what I'll probably do is just hook my phone up to the bike itself when it needs charged, because for some reason when I run it through that battery pack, the phone thinks I'm hooking up some kind of device to it that it doesn't want to communicate with, and it only charges the phone about half the time I have it plugged in anyway. So I need to just rethink this whole grouping and get stuff that's going to function better and that's not as ugly for me to look down into this fairing and see it. It's not like you can see it from the outside of the bike, but you know, I see it and it's starting to bug me. So I'm going to tune that up. Anyway, I'm going to cruise over the farm and we'll work on getting the top deck put on the frame of the lift, and at least change the oil in the Vulcan today. So I'll see you when we're at the farm. Oh, this guy's got a small dick. Jesus Christ. Like to announce when I show up. Okay, the first bike on the lift. So for the top we did 3/4 inch plywood with a rubber diamond tread. We put a wheel chock in the front. We're gonna build a better ramp, not just this hillbilly ramp. But all in all, turned out fucking dope.
Wasn't even that scary watching him try and crash the motorcycle.
Well, you know, I'm pretty reckless. Hopefully when we go up, we don't hit the garage door lifter.
Oh, well, we're gonna find out.
All right, well, let's go up, see what happens.
Oh, that's plenty.
Hunky dunky here? Oh, yeah.
It ain't gonna go nowhere. I mean, we'll strap it down. We'll figure out permanent strap down points.
Plug a compressor in so that you have a lot of video noise.
Hurry up, I'm excited. Well, that looks weird. I just wish that ram was a little faster. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to throw in the thing off the back or nothing, but a little faster. Let's see. Let's see if we hit anything here. Oh, plenty of room. Might as well film the oil change for anybody who hasn't done this.
I'm gonna play cameraman for a second.
Got a drain plug down at the bottom here, which is right here. Crack it loose real quick. Let's put one back in here. Hard to see that son of a bitch.
I think we need to get a shallower pan for this table. The automotive pan is not the fucking hot ticket.
Speaking of hot ticket, I just rode over here, so this oil ought to burn me pretty good. If I get the plug out.
I'm not gonna lie, it's be kind of enjoyable just to watch you pour it all over your hand.
That's pretty much how I do it every time. And I drop the nut in there and gotta fish it out.
I got a magnet at least.
God, is there any oil in here?
I got a rubber glove if you really want to fucking act like a human, but probably. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oil.
So the bike's nice and warm. Oil should drain well. See it coming down in the window already. Clean that off, set it aside. While that's happening, I need to get a big screwdriver here. It's a semi-big one. This one's big enough. Pull off my filler cap. I want to get a different one that I need a fucking tool to take off. It's stupid.
What's
That's
that?
hot.
The filler cap?
Then, yeah, take the cover off of the rectifier. These are 10 millimeter bolts. That was a 17 millimeter on the bottom. Don't drop your bell in the oil. That's probably bad luck.
It'll get all the dirt off of it.
Dirt's fine, you know, I don't want like greasy.
bell.
Them road gremlins like the oil. And then I believe, oh, I need a 10 millimeter socket now.
I see. So you have to pull the rectifier.
You got pull the rectifier and then you pull the
oil filter?
There's a, oh, what am I trying to say? There's like a mounting bracket underneath there.
Okay.
Yeah. The elusive
10mm
10
socket.
millimeter.
Oh, best of luck to you. Pause and come back.
And
Rolling.
action. Ready? Action.
Yeah, Mitzi made it into the show.
All right. These are 10 millimeter as well. Pull the rectifier. You don't need to unplug it. You can just dangle it out of the way. My hands are nice and greasy.
Man, pro camera shit. All right, seen a while.
Now that the rectifier's out of the way. The nice thing is these are all 10 millimeter. So you can just pull the ones off of this bracket while you're at it. Try not to drop all this crap down into the oil pan. It is still just barely draining. Brackets out of the way. The oil filters that I use are made by K&N, and they're handy as hell because they have this nut right on the end of the filter, so you don't need an oil filter wrench. Thought that was 17 millimeter. What the hell is it? Just round it off. Seems like that 17 should have worked. It's a 17. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to come off of there. It's crazy. I don't remember tightening it that tight. It is just on there. Let's see here. It is just rounded off. I don't know why it's so rounded off, but it is. So let's see if I can get some channel locks or something on it. There we go. I don't know how this thing welded itself on there, but it's fucking on there. When in doubt, just get a bigger tool. All right, so you get drain plug out, filter out, clean up some of this spillage. I like to take a rag, kind of wipe off around here. Wouldn't be an oil change without an ungodly mess. Okay, so like I said, these are K&N oil filters, specifically for this bike, which is a Kawasaki Vulcan 900. This is a custom, but I believe it's same for the classic as well. It's a K&N. The model number is KN303. That's for this black one. If you want a chrome one, like if it shows and your bike's all chrome and you want, you know, a chrome oil filter for some goddamn reason, you can get the K&N 303C. The C stands for chrome. I am using the OEM oil. It's just Kawasaki 10W40. It's 4 motorcycles. Make sure you're using the right weight of oil, and whether it's natural or synthetic, just make sure you're getting the right weight and something that's specifically for motorcycles. Don't just use regular car oil. It ain't the right thing to do. I like to go ahead and pour a little bit into here to kind of pre-fill. Oop. And of course I spilled it because I'm being in a hurry. Clean up any mess you make. I always take and just rub a little on this O-ring. You want to make sure up here on the bike that the old O-ring from the old filter is not stuck to it. You do not want 2 gaskets here. It will leak, and you could very well damage something. Screw this guy on. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more wipe down here. Get it hand tight. Get this kind of out of my way a little. Get any of those leftover drips. Go ahead and take your ratchet. Tighten it back on. You don't need to go like gorilla tight. I'm not sure what the exact torque spec is, but you know, tight is tight enough. So that's on there. We're going to go ahead and, before I put back the rectifier and brackets and cover and everything, what I'm going to do is go ahead, put the plug back in the bottom, and the reason I'm going to leave that stuff off of there is so that I can turn the bike on, let it run for a couple of minutes with the new oil in it after it gets dumped in, and you can kind of check, make sure nothing else is, you know, nothing's leaking up in here or whatever. It's going to be a hell of a lot easier to see if you don't put that rectifier and everything back on there and get it in your own damn way. Oh, here we go. Back up in here. Can't see for shit. Kind of spin it backward a little. Oop. Damn it. I like to spin it backward until I feel it seat. That way, you make sure you don't cross thread that damn thing. That's no good. You will have a extremely bad day if you cross thread this plug bolt. Carefully put this on here. Till I feel it get tight. Okay, so it's snug right there. I'm gonna go just past snug. I believe 15 foot-pounds of torque is what that's supposed to be. Since I don't have a torque wrench on me, I'm not at home, I'm out at the farm, I'm gonna go ahead and just go to where I know it's right. So if you have not done this before, use a torque wrench. It's best practice, you know. I'm trying to remember the volume of oil they say to put in here. I believe it's somewhere in the 3.5 quart range. I have a 1 gallon bottle, 1 gallon jug, so it's not going to use the whole thing. I'm going to grab a funnel.
Okay, now we're going to watch Abel pour oil all over his hand.
Oil everywhere.
Because that funnel is top quality tooling.
This funnel sucks. Fuck that funnel. Let me see about that one.
Here, Mimi. You want to come be our videographer?
Some of the cobwebs off this one. This is like one of those annoying horns that they blow in soccer games.
Get less plug.
So this is 4 quarts. I think it's about 3.5 that it's going to take.
So we go till it pours out the top and then drain some off?
No, I don't do it that way. I'm just seeing at the bottom of the side glass right now, so. Higher. Plus the middle of the window there. Let's try that for now. I'm going to turn it on, let it run a couple minutes.
Yeah, we're at about 1 quart involved here, so you're 3 quarts in. You pre-fill the filter on this bike, or you just
I poured a little bit in there.
I see green.
Yeah.
Good.
A few moments later.
So as the behind the camera interviewer for you, how is changing the oil on a table versus crawling around on the floor compared?
So much fucking better. Like,
You're doing it from a chair.
yeah, I'm sitting in a chair, I'm not laying on the ground.
So what we need now is just a couple little roll around mechanic stools so we can fold up a wheel and fall on the floor during video.
Yeah, well, you gotta be pretty drunk for that.
Well,
That's the only time I ever fall over in those shit things. All right, let's add a little more. Half a quart or so. Just over a quarter bottle here, so go right there. So it's important not to overfill. That causes all kinds of problems. And you're about halfway up the window right now. I think it's pretty good. I mean, if you've ever dumped too much oil into a car or a lawnmower or whatever, you know, it can be a complete nightmare.
I feel like we got 3 full quarts in there right now because that's on the 3-quart line. So
Let it ride. Probably some residual that was in there still or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm happy with where it's at. So
yeah.
nothing was leaking, so I'm going to put everything back now. I need like a one of those GoPro mounted to your
Mount it to your
head. Or wear my helmet when I do this. this.
I think you have it mounted to your head and you have a secondary camera, so you get video of yourself with the camera mounted to your head.
You might look kind of dope with your helmet on. Just like look how
Alright,
cool I
videographer,
am.
I'm gonna
I
swing around the
wear
other
my
side so we
cool
can see
helmet
this.
when I work on the bike.
I'd like everybody to say hello to my beautiful wife. Thank you for filming for us. And here's the bracket going back on.
Done.
Done. Nicely done.